Hey everybody, welcome back to Everyday Thrifty Living. I'm Cassoadiethriftyliving here as
Hi,
always.
everybody.
And if you're new to the channel, please stick around, hit that subscribe button, click the bell so you notified every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for clicking in, tuning in, checking out, joining us. Hope everyone there is doing well. And today is going to be a different type of video. Everyone always seems to do the lifestyle favorites, their beauty favorites, their faves and fails. And I thought I want to do a faves and fails, but let's be honest, Odie and I, we do skincare stuff, first impressions, yada, yada, yada. But we really like movies and TV shows and documentaries. That is our jam. That is our shtick, if you will. So today we're gonna be doing our first ever movies, faves and fails, TV shows, documentary that we have watched over the past few weeks, and let us get right into it. So the first movie I have, if you see me looking down, I have it written down quickly here. So the first movie we're gonna talk about is a movie called Hunter Killer. Now this movie, what are you doing?
Nothing. What?
Hunter Killer, was on HBOMAX. This is a little over 2 hours long, and it stars Gerard Butler. And for us, we didn't need any more than that. We have a thing for Gerard Butler. Anything he's in, we kind of watch. Even that Lighthouse movie that he did.
I mean, he's icky, but I like him in his movies. Yeah.
So basically, Hunter Killer is about, he plays a submarine captain, and he has to go save the president of Russia. Gary Oldman is in it too. And Gary Oldman plays like the, I don't know, secretary of something. He's very minor. Anyways, like I said, Gerard Butler has to go and save the president of Russia.
You gotta know something about Gerard Butler. Let's give you a little background. All his movies, he's saving someone.
He's always saving someone. So in this movie, he has to be in a submarine and he has to like navigate the waters to get to Russia and to get everything. You have to suspend disbelief for this movie. You have to suspend disbelief that the president of Russia is not, is not a weak guy who's susceptible to coups.
This ain't Putin.
This is not Putin, that's for sure.
This guy's a nice president.
He's a nice president, and they all speak English. All the Russian villains spoke English. So like I said, it's one of those movies where you have to like suspend disbelief. It's a good fluffy action movie. We enjoyed it, and for me, a bonus, it had one of the guys from Dusk Till Dawn. He played Martinelli, and I was like, a gecko?
And the weird thing about it was that I watched From Dusk Till Dawn with her, and I still don't know who the heck that guy is.
The one with the glasses.
I don't know.
The one with the glasses.
Too
The one who became the vampire-ish guy.
Moving on.
Okay, so that was the first movie we saw. So far, so good. The next movie we saw was Nonstop, again on HBO Max. We went into a action frenzy here. This movie was from a few years back, I think like 2014 or something. And this movie stars Liam Neeson, and Liam Neeson was a U.S. air marshal who has to find a bomb and stop the person from killing anybody for every like 30 minutes or something.
I think it's every 20 minutes.
Every 20 minutes or something. And it's another movie where
when he's a lush.
Isn't he always in the movies? I gotta tell you.
Isn't he always on some sort of
thing,
vehicle or something?
So we watched it. It was like an hour and 46-ish. So a nice, good Friday night, fluffy Saturday night movie.
Good action, suspense movie if you're into those things.
Yeah, good action, decent plot, good acting. I mean, Julianne Moore. That
I
name?
don't know about the good acting.
Decent acting, but yeah. Average acting. So another semi-hit for us.
I mean, when he says it's gonna take 3 or 4 more liters to get off of this thing.
And Liam Neeson has an accent. He has a very unique voice, a very unique accent. So
isn't he British or English?
No, he's like Scottish.
He's Scottish
or Irish. He's
when he does an American accent, that is hilarious.
So it was another movie that we enjoyed, and weirdly enough, a movie that we wanted to see years back, but for some reason it got piled on, and then we saw it on HBO Max, and we were like, you know what? Let's watch it, and we watched it finally, and it was good. It was decent.
Yeah, it was alright.
It
wasn't that bad.
So the next movie we saw, again, I know, on HBO Max. We pay for HBO Max, so
we do.
She pays for HBO Max.
We do, yeah, we do.
She pays for HBO Max. We might as well use it up. You know what I mean. Anyway, so the next movie we saw with my aunt, actually, because she had come over for a visit and stay the night. And usually I try and find like slasher movies for her, something like that, because this is her the entire movie. I can't watch. And I've been coming up dry lately. So I decided, let's watch this movie called Old. It's from M. Night Shyamalan. It's his newest movie. And it's basically a bunch of people, a couple of families, they go to a resort beach, and they start rapidly aging.
They all contract. Maybe it's not really known what it is.
Well,
it is known, but we're not going to tell you.
But they all start
aging, but at different times, and some age more rapidly than others.
Yeah.
And well, the movie, I have to tell you, surprised me because it sucked.
She hated it.
I hated.
She hated it.
I love his movies.
We like M. Night Shyamalan
because I'm always able to predict what it's, because he always has a twist. But I couldn't predict this one. You want to know why? Because the plot was so bad. There was nothing to predict.
Yeah, she actually successfully predicted The Village halfway through.
We were in the movie theater halfway through. I'm like, they're all in their own simulated world inside a thing there.
She figured it out. She always figures it out. And, we thought...
I didn't figure out The Sixth Sense, that one.
Oh, we never... Oh, that was his first one.
Yeah. You know why I never figured it out? Because one of my friends went to see it and the next day told me he did. I'm like, what? What?
So I decided to just watch it, and it was a little tense at times, but it wasn't enough to make my aunt go like this the entire movie. She did do that a couple times. She did do it, but not enough. And the movie wasn't that good. It just wasn't that good. We didn't enjoy it.
I was having a hard time, following the plot since the interference of the yawning every 2 seconds.
Yes. So we watched that, and then
he makes a cameo.
He does. He makes a cameo. It's unfortunate, but he does make a cameo. Always check out his movies and always look for his cameos. He always he tries to do that Hitchcock thing.
He's a Hitchcock wannabe.
Yeah. So the next thing we saw, those were movies that we saw. Next, we went back to documentaries, TV shows type thing. And the next one is one that I just was on Netflix. It's called, I wrote it down, Monique, Olivier, Accessory to Evil. It is 5 episodes. They range from, I forget the range time. I'll probably put it right here. We watched all 5 in one day. Big mistake. Don't do that. And pretty much it's about a French serial killer and his wife and whether or not she was an accessory. Did she know? How much did she know? I was mistaken. I thought it was pretty much straightforward in that. But I'll give you a hint. If you've ever heard of the Ken and Barbie killers, that's what they were. And that's all I'm going to say. This documentary, it scarred us badly to the point where after this, I didn't want to watch a documentary of any true crime for a while
because people are sick.
They were if you've never heard of the Ken and Barbie killers, don't look them up. Do not look them up. I beg you, don't look them up because your life will be so much better not knowing anything about them. Nothing. So, after that debacle of the documentary, I was like, you know what? Let's do a 180. Let's watch different things. So, we went into 2 different directions. So, the first direction we went to was a documentary that is on Hulu. And that one has been on the list for a couple of years now. Came out in 2015, I think. It's been on the list for many years of best documentary to watch. And it was called My Scientology Movie by Louis Theroux. I think he's a British journalist or something. And pretty much, we thought it was going to be about Scientology, the history, there's a whole, cult-like thing and everything. And as she's saying, it sucked. It really did suck because
you want to feel that. Who's that guy that Gordon, the one that interviews the people for late night, and he's got that comedy feel to it.
Oh, John Oliver?
For John Oliver, the other guy.
What other guy?
Oh, forget about it. I thought it was going to be more like he's serious, but a laughter kind of funny point of view to it.
Yeah, it wasn't. He treated it as a joke the entire time. He even had some former Scientology members there. I think one of them was Marty Rathbun. He was there. He was involved. And this Louis Theroux, he treated it as though it was a joke because he was trying to audition people to portray David Miscavige, Tom Cruise, and it was just bad.
For those of you who don't know and been living under a rock, Tom Cruise is like the number 1.
Number 2, because no one can ever be number 1.
No, he's the number 1 contributor.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you're right. Yes.
Not that he's number 1 in the.
So we finished. We watched that. It was like an hour and 40, and it wasn't that good. It wasn't not what we want. If you're interested in anything on Scientology, watch the Going Clear documentary. That one I think is probably the best one you're gonna see. Mm-hmm. And pretty much anything. We've never seen the Leah Remini documentary, the series. We've never seen that. We're probably gonna start seeing that maybe in a few months or something. And also, after we watched that, we decided to watch a Vanity Fair episode, which if you're not a member, if you pay for Discovery Plus, there's this documentary series called Vanity Fair Confidentials, which is about Vanity Fair likes to write every month in their magazines, like cases that they follow, that they talk about, and they had done a thing on Scientology, and that 43-minute episode was so much more interesting than this entire documentary. Remember that, Ma? It was all about the missing one.
Jordan Klepper.
Oh, Jordan Klepper.
You know how he does the interview,
yes,
and then he tries to
oh,
stump
that's
him.
hilarious.
I thought it was going to be a take like that one.
No, okay, that guy is
hilarious. I had
hilarious.
to look up his name because I couldn't let this go.
That one guy is hilarious.
You know, I thought he was like he would ask questions like, "So why is that?"
Yeah.
But then again, you couldn't interview anyone in Scientology.
No. So yeah, so we watched that Vanity Fair episode. That one was really good, and that was like a 43-minute thing, and we wanted more history, more information, stuff like that. And he just treated it almost like a joke. And after that, the next day, we went into a 180. We watched Jesus Camp. And that documentary came out in 2006 on Hulu, and that is a complete mind meld of a documentary. And because I had heard it about this documentary on I admit it, I am on like the snark Reddits, snark subreddits with like the Doogers and the Fundies. I admit it, even though I admit it. And a lot of people kept mentioning this documentary, and I convinced Odie to watch it. And I think she chased me around the house with a broom after we watched it or something because she was just disturbed by it. She was completely disturbed.
I'm probably going to get a lot of comments, and I really don't care, but I'm going to tell you straight out. I understand religion. Hey, my daughter was baptized. We all have our religion, and we try to instill this in our children. But when it becomes fanatical, and it basically leads your young little children, 4 and 5 years old, into almost becoming fanatics and not even living a childhood, then I have a problem with that.
Yeah, so pretty much it follows a camp of this in Jesus Camp is more of the extreme right-wing fundamental Christianity that seems to be rising up more and more. Like basically think of like the Doogers.
Feel sorry for the kids. They kept making them think that they were sinners, and these are kids that are just eating a lollipop. What are you sinning about?
She was seething the entire documentary.
Yes,
she was seething. It's a very good documentary, and it just hits you in the head of how, even though it came out in 2006, it's so many years old, and yet it's relevant to everything going on today. So that was what we did, and then there's just a couple more left that we saw. She's looking at me like, what? How many more things have we seen? The Invisible Pilot on HBOMAX. You remember that, Ma?
Yeah, I remember.
Basically, it's a 3-episode documentary series on HBOMAX. It's like, each episode is like an hour long, and that one, she wanted to chase me with a broom also. It's about a guy named Gary Benster, and he was a pilot, and he did, the drug smuggling, the gun smuggling, Iran, Contra, all that stuff.
Only one good part in there, and it's got a unique twist, which she's not going to tell you about. But it does have a twist in there. But even after the twist, it's just not enough to keep you in.
So it delves into Reagan, it delves into the Iran-Contra, what the CIA did and all that stuff. And I if I found a documentary on that would be really interesting. Anything to stick it to Reagan, gotta be quite honest.
Well, I'll tell you, this documentary, The Invisible Pilot, I think it's a really good documentary to watch if you suffer from insomnia. Because it'll put you right to sleep. Trust me.
So yeah, we watched that one.
You like that one?
And the final thing that we have seen... The final thing that we have seen recently is a 5-part miniseries on Hulu, Candy, with Jessica Biel and Melanie Linsky. Yeah, that's her name. Rose from 2.5 Men.
That was an excellent show.
It's pretty much based on the true story of Candy Montgomery, who...
But it peed me off.
Let me finish. Candy Montgomery, who axed her neighbor 41 times and claimed self-defense and somehow got off on self-defense.
See, this is the problem with this, okay? She never told me that she got off. So I'm on episode 5,
where she retells her story.
And I'm there going, yeah, she's going to get it now. She's going to get it now. And she turned around and go, she found not guilty. I'm like, what? I felt like saying, shut it off right now. Shut it off.
Well, so we watched the 5 episodes. They're roughly like in the 50, like 48 to like 50-something minutes long. So it's something you could do like over the course of like maybe like 2 days, or if you want to splurge and binge on one night. Yeah, so it's basically on Jessica Biel.
It's very entertaining. I mean, it goes by fast.
Jessica Biel is an actress that we tend not to gravitate towards for various reasons. She was amazing. She was really good. really, really good in
I don't
this.
gravitate towards her because everything she does is boring. That's why.
True.
You know,
And then the kicker, I'm going to spoil it because it's, if you've never seen her, if you
it has nothing to do with the plot.
it has nothing to do with the plot. Episode 4 opens up with a deputy, and the deputy happens to be Justin Timberlake. So this was me. That was
I
me.
know this was what, the 70s, 80s? What was it?
1980,
But
whatever.
He looks like a porn star, like one of those 70s porn stars.
He had a stash. He had a stash. That's what
I don't know if anybody's ever noticed, but Justin Timberlake is like built. He's got, he's built.
Yeah, he is.
But he has a little head. So the stash just made his head look even smaller.
So what? So we were.
Jessica Biel's got a big head. I don't know how they do it. It's got that big Julia Roberts mouth, you know. It's like,
so pretty much, true crime thing. It was a very good miniseries. I know that there is a new one on Betty Gore and Candy Montgomery that is on HBOMAX. We are gonna wait till that one ends before we actually get into this. Before we get into that one, because I don't like to. So that is pretty much everything that we have watched in the past few weeks. Lots of movies, lots of TV shows,
and the sun is shining on you.
Lots of hits and a lot of misses. I think Candy was a hit.
It was a hit.
It was a hit.
The acting was good.
The acting was
good. It went by really fast. Mm-hmm. It's just disappointing how, you know, a woman can ask another woman 41 times and be found not guilty.
And be claimed self-defense. And then Justin Timberlake. It was just like, does she really need to have him in there?
Well, what about the other one? She had her husband in it too.
Melanie Linsky is married to Jason Ritter. They have one child. And yes, he was in the show as well. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like, well, the husbands are in it now. Mm-hmm. So that's everything that we have seen. We're gonna reset.
It looks like someone's shining a flashlight on your chin.
We're going to reset and start my list up again, and that's gonna be it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys have watched. Have you guys seen anything that we have seen? Because we're always looking for new stuff to watch, new movies, new documentaries, just anything different to watch. So, like I said, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody.
Bye.